Title: The Last Knock. If you're listening to this late at night, don't pause the video. Just keep listening. My name is Ethan. I'm 28 years old. And until 3 months ago, I never believed the stories people told about haunted houses, mysterious strangers, or impossible events. I always thought there was a logical explanation for everything. Then, I moved into the old Harper house. The rent was unbelievably cheap. A 2-story home with a large backyard, a basement, and an attic. The owner told me only one thing before handing over the keys. If you ever hear 3 knocks after midnight, don't answer the door. I laughed. I thought it was just an old man's attempt at making the house sound mysterious. The first few days were peaceful. Every morning, I left for work at 8. Every evening, I came home around 6.
Nothing unusual happened. Until Friday. It was raining heavily outside. The wind kept pushing against the windows, making the entire house creak. I ordered a pizza, turned on the television, and tried to relax. At exactly 11:57 p.m. The lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then everything became silent. Even the rain seemed to stop. The silence felt unnatural. It was so quiet that I could hear my own heartbeat. Then, knock. 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 3 slow knocks echoed from the front door. I looked at my phone. 12:01 a.m. For a moment, I remembered the landlord's warning. I smiled to myself. Someone was probably playing a prank. I walked toward the front door. As I reached for the handle, my phone vibrated. It was a text message from the landlord. The message contained only one sentence. Whatever you do, don't open the door. My hand froze. Another 3 knocks echoed through the house. This time they were...
Title: The Last Knock. Part 2. I couldn't move. Every instinct told me to run out of the house. But if someone was upstairs, running toward the front door meant turning my back on them. The knocking stopped. The silence returned. Slowly, I grabbed the flashlight from the kitchen drawer. Its beam shook because my hands wouldn't stop trembling. One careful step at a time, I climbed the staircase. Every wooden step groaned beneath my feet. The hallway upstairs was completely dark. The flashlight barely reached the end of it. Every bedroom door was closed. Except one. The guest bedroom door was slightly open. I was certain I had closed it before going downstairs. I whispered, "Who's there?" No answer. Only silence. I pushed the door open. The room was empty. The curtains moved gently in the wind from a slightly open window. I closed it immediately. As I turned around, bang! The bedroom door slammed shut behind me. The sound echoed through the entire house. I rushed toward the handle. It wouldn't move. Someone or something was holding the door from the outside. I pulled harder. Nothing. Then, 3 slow knocks. Knock. Knock. This time, they came from inside the closet. I pointed the flashlight toward it. The closet door slowly creaked open. Inside, nothing. Only darkness. I laughed nervously. I'm imagining things, I whispered. Then my flashlight flickered. For 1 second,
the bedroom door slowly opened by itself. I stepped backward until my back touched the wall. The hallway outside was empty. No footsteps, no shadows, no sound. Only silence. I slowly walked into the hallway. The flashlight beam moved from one side to the other. Nothing. Then, I heard something downstairs. A chair scraped across the wooden floor. It sounded like someone had pulled it across the kitchen. I ran toward the staircase. Halfway down, I stopped. The front door was wide open. Cold wind poured into the house. Rainwater covered the floor. I was certain I had locked that door. My breathing became faster. Someone had opened it. I wanted to leave. I took 1 step toward the exit. Then, I heard another sound. A whisper. Right behind me. Don't leave. I spun around. No one. The whisper came again. He's waiting outside. Every hair on my body stood up. I slammed the front door shut and locked it. As I turned around, I saw him. A tall man stood at the end of the hallway. His face was hidden in complete darkness. He wasn't moving. He wasn't breathing. He was simply watching me. I shouted, "Who are you?" No answer. I blinked. He was gone. My phone suddenly vibrated. One new notification. Motion detected. Location. Basement. I stared at the screen. There was only one camera in the basement. The live image showed complete darkness. Then, a pale hand slowly appeared in front of the camera. It covered the entire lens. The video feed ended. A second notification arrived. Motion detected. Attic. Then another. Kitchen. Living room. Hallway. Every camera in the house activated at the same time. The laughter stopped as suddenly as it had begun. The house fell silent again. I tightened my grip on the flashlight and forced myself to breathe. If I stayed frozen, whatever was inside this house had already won. I slowly walked toward the basement door. The old wooden stairs disappeared into complete darkness. Every step echoed beneath my feet. The air became colder with each step. By the time I reached the bottom, my breath was visible. The basement smelled damp, like wet concrete that had been abandoned for years. My flashlight revealed old furniture covered in white sheets, broken shelves, rusty tools. Nothing else. Then, tap. 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 3 slow taps echoed from the far corner. I aimed my flashlight toward the sound. There was an old metal cabinet against the wall. The tapping came from inside it. I stood there for several seconds. Every instinct told me not to open it. But curiosity was stronger than fear. I reached for the handle. My hand was shaking so badly I almost dropped the flashlight. Slowly, I pulled the door open. Inside, there was no person. Only dozens of old photographs scattered across the shelves. Every picture showed the same house, but each photo was from a different year. 1964, 1978, 1991, 2006. And then, one photograph dated just 2 weeks ago. My heart stopped. The picture showed me, standing in my own kitchen. I had never seen anyone taking that picture. Someone had been watching me, long before tonight. Suddenly, the basement lights turned on by themselves. For just 1 second, I saw a dark figure standing behind me. I spun around. Nothing. The lights instantly went out again. My phone vibrated. Another notification. Unknown face detected. The security camera had captured someone. I opened the image. A tall man stood at the...
Title: The Last Knock, Part 5. The 3 knocks echoed through the basement. Knock, knock, knock. I turned around so fast that I nearly dropped my phone. There was nobody behind me. The flashlight flickered again. For a second, everything went black. When the light came back, the basement had changed. The old furniture was gone. The walls looked newer. The floor was clean. It was as if I had traveled years into the past. I heard voices upstairs. A family. A mother laughing. A little boy running across the floor. For a brief moment, the house felt alive. Then, a loud scream shattered the silence. The laughter stopped instantly. Heavy footsteps raced through the rooms above me. Someone was crying. Someone was begging for help. Then, 3 gunshots. Silence. Everything disappeared. The basement returned to normal. I realized I had just witnessed the final moments of the family who once lived here. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut. I sprinted toward the stairs. The handle wouldn't move. I was trapped. My phone battery dropped from 30% to 1%. Without warning, the flashlight died. Complete darkness surrounded me. Then I heard breathing. Slow, heavy, right beside my ear. A cold whisper said, "You stayed too long." I ran blindly through the darkness. My shoulder crashed into the wall. I kept moving until my hand finally found the basement door. This time, it opened. I ran upstairs as fast as I could. The front door was already open. I didn't stop to look back. I ran across the yard and reached my car. As I started the engine, I looked into the rearview mirror. Someone was sitting in the back seat. A tall man. Black eyes. A pale smile. I spun around. The seat was empty. I drove away without looking back. The next morning, police searched the house. They found nothing. No photographs, no hidden rooms, no footprints. The landlord had disappeared. His phone number no longer existed. Weeks later, I searched online for the history of the Harper house. The article was only 1 paragraph long. It said every family who had lived there reported hearing 3 knocks after midnight. Most of them moved away. A few simply disappeared. I still wake up at exactly 12:01 every night. Sometimes I hear 3 slow knocks coming from somewhere inside my apartment. I never answer, because deep down, I know whatever knocked on that door followed me home.